In TV shows, we often see storylines where the prince finally becomes the emperor, but faces the difficult choice between being loyal to his empire or to his woman. In real history, there were indeed emperors who gave up their entire empire for love, and there was an event like this during the last century. King Edward VIII of the United Kingdom abdicated the throne willingly in order to marry his beloved Mrs. Simpson, becoming the only monarch in British history to do so. Surprisingly, a similar story unfolded in the 21st century. The king encountered a beautiful foreign model during an event, fell deeply in love, and leading to a whirlwind romance. Their relationship moved quickly, and they secretly eloped within a year of meeting each other. In pursuit of love, the king renounced his throne, expecting their marriage to be a fairy tale. He didn't expect that things would quickly turn sour within a few months, and his pregnant wife returned to her homeland to give birth alone, while the abdicated king insisted on a divorce, believing the child was not his. This scandal shocked Malaysia and the world, becoming a widely known story, and the fairy tale ultimately ended in waves of chaos. So, what exactly is going on here? Let's take a trip back to 2017 and take a look at the absurd events that happened. Malaysia, also known as Tanah Melayu, is located in Southeast Asia. It has a unique geographical feature of being divided into two parts by the ocean. This is a country of diverse ethnicities and cultures, where Malays make up 70% of the population, Chinese 22.7%, and Indians 6.6%. Despite having religious freedom, Islam is the official religion, with the majority of the population being Muslims. Our story today unfolds in this country with strong religious beliefs. The protagonist, Muhammad V, was born in October 1969 in Kota Baru, Kelantan, and his father is the 28th Sultan of Kelantan. A sultan is the highest leader in each state of Malaysia, typically following a hereditary system where the eldest son inherits the title. Muhammad V was the eldest son in the family, and he was born into nobility, enjoying a worry-free life from a young age. According to the Malaysian system, the country's highest position is rotated among the rulers of the 9 states, which are the sultans, with each term lasting 5 years. It was destined from his birth that Muhammad V would become the King of Malaysia and the country's paramount ruler, making his background truly enviable. In order to eventually be capable of succeeding the position of Sultan and become the king, Muhammad V received a stellar education from a young age. He studied at local primary school, then attended Alice Smith School in Kuala Lumpur for secondary education, followed by studying at renowned schools in the UK, Germany, Canada, and more. Upon returning after completing his studies, he was promptly appointed as the Crown Prince of Kelantan, which signifies the Sultan's heir. In May 2009, Sultan Muhammad V's father suffered a sudden stroke and, despite treatment, did not recover. The following year, on September 13th, Muhammad V prematurely assumed the throne from his father, officially becoming the Sultan of Kelantan. In 2016, Sultan Muhammad V experienced the pinnacle of his life, when he was elected as the 15th Yang di-Pertuan Agong, King of Malaysia, on December 13th, serving a 5-year term until stepping down in December 2021. Even after stepping down, he remains the Sultan of Kelantan and will continue the hereditary line, leading his life akin to a smooth sailing journey of the male protagonist in many fictions. However, it is worth noting that although Sultan Muhammad V got married in 2014, he divorced 4 years later without any children, so he became the first unmarried head of state in Malaysian history. This fact made him more than just a wealthy playboy. He was certain to eventually marry and have children to secure his position as Sultan. Many Malaysians were wondering what kind of exceptional woman could be chosen as the country's first lady. Traditionally, the basic criteria for a first lady is someone from Malaysia that has compatibility in social status and shared religious beliefs. It is surprising that during an international trip, a woman from a distant land managed to step into the palace of Malaysia. In 2017, during a business trip to Europe, Muhammad V had the unexpected pleasure of meeting a beautiful model named Oxana Voevodina at an event hosted by a friend in the jewelry and watch industry. Little did he know that their encounter would cause such a stir and become widely known. Oxana, born on July 10, 1992, was from a wealthy family in Taganrog, Russia, where her father was a local plastic surgeon who had a lucrative income, and her mother, a talented pianist who was a former beauty queen and model when she was young. Oxana inherited her mother's beauty and grace effortlessly. With strict upbringing from her father, she excelled in her studies. In high school, among other outstanding female classmates, her strengths weren't as obvious, making her a rather ordinary student. Later, she seized the opportunity to study English at Oxford University's summer school, improved her English massively, which continued to have an impact on her life. In 2009, she enrolled at Plekhanov Russian University of Economics to pursue a degree in economics. During this time, Oxana blossomed into a stunning woman, being 1.79 meters tall with a strikingly beautiful face and a perfect figure, making her the center of attention and the pursuit of many. She experienced the feeling of being in the spotlight, and inevitably, a modeling agency noticed her during university and offered her a chance to pursue modeling as a side career, and showed her what her life would be like if she becomes a model. She agreed, and this career did not compromise her studies. After graduation, she smoothly obtained a bachelor's degree in economics. Instead of sending out resumes like her classmates, she followed her mother's footsteps, took advantages of her beauty, and participated in various pageants. Her parents also supported this decision. She had so many advantages with her looks and intelligence and excelled in the competitions. In 2015, she won the title of Miss Moscow, outshining everyone. With this victory, Oxana aimed to build her own business empire, following in the footsteps of Kim Kardashian. In fact, with her majoring in economics, she was already entrepreneurial and had launched her own swimwear brand. She personally took on multiple roles, such as designer and model, with the main style being seductive and charming. After winning the beauty pageant, she used her influence to further promote her swimwear brand. At the same time, she opened a beauty salon in Moscow to enter the beauty industry. However, the beauty salon was not doing well and soon closed down. Oxana didn't mind and remained confident. She continued to appear frequently in various high-end social events, constantly strengthening her popularity and influence through going to events and networking. In March 2017, Oxana flew to Europe to participate in a high-end watch exhibition as a model. It was at this time that she met Muhammad V, who was there to attend the exhibition. Little did they know that from the moment they met, their future started to be reshaped radically. Muhammad V was unconsciously attracted by Oxana's exquisite beauty. He approached her formally and said, "Hello, beautiful, I am the King of Malaysia." Oxana, thinking that this gentleman was not only young but also humorous, jokingly replied, "Hello, King, I am the Queen of Moscow." What she didn't know was that standing in front of her was the actual supreme ruler of Malaysia. Although Malaysia does not have the title of king, the nature is the same. The two of them gave each a reassuring smile and had dinner together. Throughout the dinner, the two conversed with each other and exchanged contact information after the dinner. So, Oxana and Muhammad V, one from Russia and one from Malaysia, one being passionate, stylish and sexy, the other a devout Muslim, one a 25-year-old beautiful woman and the other a 47-year-old middle-aged man. Their identities, cultural backgrounds and so on have huge differences, but these have not stopped them from falling in love. How they met up and started dating after the watch exhibition remains a mystery, unknown to anyone. All that is known is that in just over a year, they have reached the stage of discussing marriage. In April 2018, Oxana publicly announced her conversion to Islam, even changing her name and surname to Muhammad V's surname. She gave up her favorite sexy outfits for traditional Islamic clothing. It is said that in June, the couple had a secret traditional wedding ceremony in Malaysia, which was unknown to the public. Following this, Muhammad V suddenly announced to the public about his illness, requiring time off for recovery, causing great concern among the people of Malaysia. As people prayed for his recovery, hoping for his swift recuperation, a shocking news began to spread widely, as on November 22nd, Oxana and Muhammad V held a lavish and romantic wedding in a music hall in the luxurious suburb of Voevodina in Moscow. From the photos and videos, the couple appeared full of smiles, making heart gestures to each other, radiating happiness. Although the wedding was grand, it was organized with great discretion, without inviting the media, and only a few guests were present. To maintain secrecy, guests were not allowed to take photographs. However, this attempt at secrecy seemed less effective compared to the situation in June, when news quickly leaked out to the public. Regardless of the age and background differences between the two individuals, the fact that the head of state secretly tied the knot already made it an explosive piece of news. Russian media then went into a massive coverage frenzy. According to a close friend of Oxana who attended the wedding, the official wedding had already taken place. The event in Voevodina seemed more like a family gathering. The news spread from Russia to Malaysia and then sparked global public discussions. Among that, the most discussed topic was how Oxana climbed the social ladder quickly. Many bluntly stated that she was only after the money and background of Muhammad V. After marrying, her descendants would immediately have higher social status. The temptation was too great, otherwise she would not have set her sights on a man 23 years older, and that there was no love between them. The class difference was too significant. The time from meeting to marriage was too short. They may have barely met a few times in person. Of course, some people believed this is true love beyond social conventions. If it weren't for true love, Muhammad V would not have chosen a foreigner to be the country's first lady. Normally, he should have married someone from a similar royal background. For the sake of this marriage, they have gotten to know each other well. Oxana changed her religious beliefs and her name. Even her style of clothing became more conservative. She no longer wore the sexy outfits she liked. So, they must truly be in love. In general, there are various opinions. Although most Malaysians found it hard to accept, their marriage was now a fact. Aside from expressing anger and complaints, no one could truly intervene. But before everyone could recover from this news, an even more astonishing turn of events occurred. On January 6, 2019, Sultan Muhammad V suddenly announced his impending abdication, nearly 3 years before the end of his 5-year term, making him the first monarch in Malaysian history to voluntarily step down. He did not provide any specific reasons for this decision. Just 45 days prior, he had a secret wedding in Moscow, which has been the focus of recent attention. Many Malaysians were discontent with his foreign wife, whom some even claimed to be a Russian spy. Criticism was particularly directed at Muhammad V for marrying a foreigner, leading to speculations that he abdicated to protect his wife and calm public unrest, or perhaps he found true love and believed nothing was more important than being with his beloved. Anyways, the storyline of sacrificing the kingdom for a beauty in TV shows has become a reality. Following that, news of Oxana's pregnancy emerged. further confirming everyone's speculations that Muhammad V abdicated for his wife and child, and their love story was going to become a fairy tale that has undergone its ultimate test. Yet a dramatically unexpected event occurred. Less than a month after Muhammad V's abdication, this enviable couple surprisingly started to discuss a divorce. They met in March 2017, got married quickly in November 2018, abdicated in January 2019, and swiftly divorced thereafter, leaving people astonished by the rapid sequence of events. It was said that the main reason for the divorce rumors was because the media has dug up dirt on Oxana. It turned out she had previously participated in a reality show using a fake name, but it was still uncovered. From the footage, the show seemed quite explicit. On their first meeting, Oxana was passionately kissing a handsome male guest in the pool. Both had little clothing on. Later, she was also seen sharing a room and a bed with another male guest. This has greatly damaged the reputation of Muhammad V. Speculations from the public suggested that this might be the reason for the marriage breakdown. There were also rumors that this scandal was actually exposed as early as January, damaging the royal reputation and leading to Muhammad V abdicating. While both parties have not publicly admitted it, the issues within the marriage did exist. Then, the pregnant Oxana returned to Russia alone, while Muhammad V disappeared and wasn't spotted or heard by the public at all. On May 21, 2019, Oxana gave birth to a son in Russia named Tengku Ismail Leon Petra. On her social media account, she proudly stated, "I am proud. My son has Malaysian blood in his veins. I will do everything to support his growth, and so he deserves your love." Clearly, she did not acknowledge the divorce, insisting that her son is Muhammad V's child and the sole heir. Although Muhammad V was no longer the supreme ruler of Malaysia, he still holds legitimacy as the Sultan of Kelantan within the traditional royal family. His son is set to assume leadership of Kelantan state following the hereditary system and will eventually ascend to become the king of Malaysia. However, both Muhammad V and the Kelantan state government have not recognized the identity of this son and heir. On June 22nd, just over a month after the child was born, Muhammad V filed for divorce in court and officially divorced Oxana on July 1st, issuing a divorce certificate. It is worth mentioning that the divorce process is quite unique, as the husband only needs to state talak tiga 3 times for the divorce to be effective without the presence or consent of the wife. There is no waiting period between each of the 3 pronouncements, meaning that saying them consecutively is sufficient. This type of divorce, known as the strictest form in Islamic law, is irrevocable. This way is actually unfair to the woman involved. Oxana in Russia firmly opposed this event. She said, "I don't know about this at all. My child and I have always been in Russia and have never gone through divorce procedures. This is obviously nonsense. We have never divorced." Later, she even posted photos of her son alongside Muhammad V's on the internet, announcing to the public that they look very similar and have a father-son relationship. From the photos, the boy does have Asian features. However, Muhammad V, through his lawyer, stated that there is currently no objective evidence to prove that he is the child's biological father. He believed he has been cheated on and that the child is not his own. In fact, solving this problem is not difficult at all. After all, it's already the 21st century. You just need to do a DNA test. It is strange that although Oxana insisted that her son is Muhammad V, there were rumors that the government of Kelantan has twice invited her to bring the child for DNA testing, but she did not accept the invitation. It was also speculated that the Malaysian side did not invite her for DNA testing. The reasons behind this are unknown to us. Either a huge storm gradually subsided into calm, Since Muhammad V stepped down to become the Sultan of Kelantan, he had little public appearance, while Oxana remains very active in Russia with her son, occasionally sharing photos of her son and herself, as well as loving photos with Muhammad V. She also said, "I will take care of him, of course. I want to be the last person in his life. I want to live with him until the end of life." Judging solely from the photos and videos, the couple seemed to still be very much in love. However, their public display of affection has angered the state of Kelantan. They have condemned Oxana through official media, stating that she has posted inappropriate and defamatory content, infringing on the Sultan's privacy. From the contrasting stances of both sides, it seems reconciliation is unlikely. Subsequently, Oxana quietly removed the photos of Muhammad V, leaving only various beautiful pictures of herself and his son. Regardless of the official divorce certificate or the unspoken facts, their absurd and brief marriage has finally come to an end. However, speaking of marriage and divorce, there are many implications involved. The most important of them is the financial matters. There were rumors that there was a lawsuit where Muhammad V was requested to pay child support and divorce compensation to Oxana. Though the exact figures were not disclosed, it was widely assumed that Muhammad V has been financially supporting them. There were speculations that Muhammad V was preparing to offer a significant amount of money to reach an agreement with Oxana, with the condition that the child should never contact him and that anything that goes on in Malaysia will be unrelated to the child. However, Oxana rejected this agreement. Currently, she has settled in London with the child and expressed on her social media accounts that educating her son in the UK has always been her life goal, and she's happy that she's gradually making this happen. From her continuous sharing of various beautiful photos, it seems that she is currently living a carefree life, still engaged in the modeling industry. She appears very affluent with abundance of sexy clothing and designer bags. As for Muhammad V, his life is gradually returning to a normal pace as he continues to manage Kelantan state. He has since remarried to a woman named Diana, who is reportedly from the Czech Republic. There are reports that they secretly got married on October 30th, 2010, but later went through a breakup, and Oxana came after her. Oxana herself has revealed that she once received threats from Diana when she got married, claiming that she was the official wife of Muhammad V. It is also unclear whether there was any official legal document when Muhammad V married Diana. In September 2022, Diana suddenly emerged and appeared as the Sultan's consort under the title of Sultana, attending a series of important meetings in Kelantan. Obviously, Kelantan has officially recognized her title, and she will co-lead Kelantan with Muhammad V. It's worth noting that Oxana didn't have these acknowledgements when she got married, further indicating that she has never received official recognition. Seeing this, many people may think that this drama-filled marriage has finally come to an end, but personally, I don't think this matter is over. From the photos of his son published by Oxana, it is clear that regardless of DNA, just based on appearance, he definitely has an Asian face. This means that there is a strong possibility that he is indeed the son of Muhammad V. As for why Muhammad V did not acknowledge his son, and why he insisted on divorcing, some netizens speculated that it might be because he found out about Oxana's past and could not accept her religious beliefs, making it impossible for him to accept a woman like this, hence the divorce, in order to completely cut ties. There are rumors that he wanted to spend a large sum of money to completely disassociate himself from the child, which might have some truth to it. Of course, it's not easy to cut ties just by wanting to. If the child is indeed Muhammad V's son, maybe when the child grows up, Oxana will take him to Malaysia, and if a DNA test is done, Maybe there will be a dispute over the position of Sultan of Kelantan as well as the King of Malaysia. However, how this matter will develop in the future can only be left for time to do the trick. Alright, that concludes today's story. If you enjoyed watching my video, please like, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you won't miss any of my future videos. See you next time.